This is the one thing that changes everything and solidifies all timelines. And it's your action. The action you take, as well as the actions you do not take. Inaction is still a form of action. And so it's said that in every moment, there's like 6 actions that can be taken that then create different timelines. And the seed that begins timelines are your thoughts and your ideas, and they start to sprout. But the thing that actually solidifies timelines are the actions you take and the actions that you don't take. And the thing about action is that it can wildly change everything, change it for the better. And it is the one thing that supports you in moving energy. Action really helps you to move energy because even the moment you decide something, that's a form of an action too. And so the thing that's moving energy in every moment are the actions we take. And when we are thinking about creating our lives and timelines and goals and everything that we get to realize in this life, the difference between those who actually live their ultimate life and those who don't are those who are brave enough to take action. And for a lot of people, the funny thing about life is the only constant in life is change. And change is always initiated by action. And since change is the only thing in life, it's funny how one of the human viruses, I actually don't believe this is true about humans innately and when they are embodied as our highest selves, but humans can be resistant to change. It's actually one of the inertias, the blocks that humans go through, especially when they're self-sabotaging. And so as an energy worker, when I check into people's energy fields, one of the things I ask is there resistance to change? And if there is, we clear that out of the field and also I check for inertia, because these are the things that prevent action, as do other forms of what I like to call viruses that interfere with human creation, as well as humans really incarnating and living our potential, are things like laziness and passivity, as well as procrastination, right? Because have you ever thought like, oh my God, I would love to write this book or go and visit all these countries and do all these things, and you have this beautiful bucket list of things that you would love to do, and maybe you've done some of them, and even still there's more. And that's actually a beautiful thing. If you saw today, I posted a reel earlier on my page, and I was talking about how, the thing that is beautiful and healthy that shows a human is fully tapped into your creative power is when you desire. So your desire shows that you're still alive. If you're still dreaming, and what I mean by dreaming is if you still feel like, oh, I would love to visit this place, and I would love to go here, and I would love to create that, and I would love to write that book, and I would love to run that marathon, and I'm still ready for incredible love. And so basically you're not content and settled and you're just going to live the life that you're living. You're still striving for more. You're still wanting to create and do and have and be, right? So you're still in your becoming process, which is actually a forever journey. And especially if you're here to live your ultimate potential, it never ends. The journey never ends. The desires will never end, and it's healthy. Sometimes people like to say oh, you always want this and that's greedy. It's not true. When you're grateful, of course, and appreciative for what you have and still desire more, that's the healthy, right? So you can be grateful for what you have and still want more. And it's actually beautiful. For me as an activator, that shows me that you're still alive, that you haven't succumbed to some robotic life where you're just continuing to go and you do the same things over and over. No, you're here to live an incredible life. And the thing that separates you from doing that and all the other people who may just be scrolling and living vicariously through others is you decide to take the actions that will make that happen. And it's not that you make it happen because you're forcing it. It's more because you're just taking the next aligned action step. So oftentimes what I see when, people have shared, oh, I would love to work with you, and that they're waiting for like this perfect moment, or they're waiting for that day or someday, when it's like now. The time is now. What are you waiting for? There actually never is a perfect moment. There's never a perfect moment to write a book. There's never a perfect moment to have a baby. There's never a perfect moment to move across the world to the country you've always wanted to move to. There's never a perfect moment. You just decide and then you do it. And that risk to take that leap of faith is really what separates people who live their ultimate life and live an epic life to those who don't. And your destiny and your highest potential is what if you decided to act and show up and seize every moment, then yes, you will live your highest destiny. However, if you choose inaction, because ultimately your free will trumps and decides your destiny, right? Like nothing is ever guaranteed, because we come into the matrix and there's many factors. There's even some forces that could be acting against your mission. There are even some forces that can try to get in the way. And we see this. That's the human experience. That's the hero's journey, the Shiro's journey. Everyone on their grand mission to fulfill their destiny falls into obstacles and traps and things they have to overcome, right? We look at the movies. It's mirroring human reality, and it's actually real life. Real life has challenges and obstacles. It's just part of the journey, and we're here to overcome them. And it's you deciding to show up in action. Now, that doesn't mean like masculine force and forcing things and manipulating things and controlling things and making it happen and having to climb up the hill all the time. Absolutely not. And still, it requires you to take action. And you can sit and wait, which I don't recommend ever. It's always better to act than to not act, because you will always learn something. Just like it's always better to act and experience than regret. So if there is anything that you're sitting on, the gift of today's live, as you may or may not know, I'm doing 12 days of giving, which is a 12-day live series. And every day I share about a different gift. And so it came to me to share about the importance of action. When we look at all figures across human time that made the history books, you better believe they were big action takers. And of course, you can have your way in which you act. And there is no right or wrong way to act. It's just simply do it. Do not wait. Life is happening now. Time goes quickly. So what is it that you've been waiting on? What is it that you are being asked to spring into action for or to create what, to do what? What about your life wants to change? And this is why I love New Year's time and people's birthdays, because these are amazing portals where you can actually say, okay, I'm going to do it now. It kind of gives you a little kick in the butt to say, okay, let's do it. Let's make it happen. And so that's why even it came to me. So, I've been doing this work since 2012, and I'm so fulfilled and rewarded by it. It's way better than being a doctor. Like, I'm so happy I left being a doctor for doing this work that I do today, because people are happy and really healthy. I believe people actually get sick when they don't take enough action. And as I share about the gift of your purpose on that day as well, I have found that when people are not in their mission and purpose, they get sick as well. It's the way the universe is telling you, like, hey, pay attention. You need to change your life. You're being called to something greater, and you may just be wasting your life or an aspect of your life or an aspect of your gifts. And so as an activator, that's my job. My job is literally to be like, hey, wake up. It's time to act. It's okay if you're scared, do it anyway. It's okay if you feel fear, do it anyway. It's okay if it's not perfect, do it anyway, right? And that's what an activator does. Essentially, it's activating you into your power to connect to your divine energy, your divine blueprint, your life force, literally the thing. And it's to activate it and turn it on even more in your body, incarnating your soul and spirit in your body more, so that you actually take action, so that you feel the energy that's the push, that's like, okay, go now, do it, act. Because all of that inertia, that procrastination, the praying, the depression, all the things that suppress human force, right? That's all anti-life. That's essentially like when we think of Star Wars, there's light and there's dark, right? So that's all the dark forces that want to keep you from not acting. But your true nature is creation. That's the whole reason we're alive, is to create life. And so my job as an activator is I create experiences, healings, codes, courses, my one-to-one work, guided experiences that activate you into your true potential, your power, your purpose, your mission, your action, your creative process, to be more of who you came here to be, and to actually do that and live that and be that, and to be it at your ultimate potential capacity. So I am here as a messenger today to remind you to take action. We're just a few days before the new year. What is this new year calling to you? What is it asking of you? What have you yet to do that you thought you would have done at this point? That's a good place to start if you're not sure. And I decided to inspire you even more by creating 3 year-end opportunities that are so beautiful and scope the span of my work and how I love supporting people. I decided to offer an all-access pass for the year, and really it's lifetime access to all of my codes and courses at 70% off, like incredible. I also decided to 50% off my one-to-one work for a year for just 3 spots. So if you've ever wanted to work with me one-to-one to catapult whatever your purpose, mission, or even your life, just life creation. I love this work so much more. I think that therapy can be great for some people, but the coaching and activation and healing work is so next level to anything you'll experience, because it works mind, body, spirit, energy, and the beyond, right? And so my work is very unique. Even if you've been in personal development for a long time, the hybrid that I share together is like nothing you've experienced anywhere else. And I've worked with people who are over 20 years steeped on their spiritual path, and they're like, oh my gosh, I've never experienced this. And then lastly, for women, I decided to create a new mastermind that offers both group as well as one-to-one. And it's always beautiful to be in that space with other like-minded women. And so the one-to-one is for both, the codes and the courses for both men and women, and just the mastermind. And so the mastermind, I decided to offer a pre-launch even before any more details or the graphics or the branding is shared at 30% off. And so I do this as a way to be like, act, take action. The time is now. You are here to do, create, be, have whatever you desire. And it gives me life and energy to activate you, to be that catalyst for you. And so I invite you to reach out to me, connect with me. I would love to share more about all the different ways to connect with this work, to be activated into your power, your purpose. And so thank you. Thank you for being here. If this is your first day or coming on for the live series, there's 9 other days and we have 2 more to go. And so thank you. Thank you for being on my page. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up, for doing this great work. And I wish you the happiest of holidays, the happiest new year. And I'm here for you. Big kiss, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.